So, very often people ask you this question: what does a macrobiotic consult involve? Um, there's nothing esoteric to being macrobiotic. It's basically eating in balance, eating with intuition and eating with logic, which are on two ends of the spectrum. They're the yin and yang, but the balance is what we're seeking. When you walk into the consult, I already have your case history with me. I know which way I'm heading with you. Uh, I have a brief picture on what you're going to look like, because when you walk in, I need to do some diagnosis on you. So you come into my session, we sit, we chat. I get to know you a little, and then I do an internal diagnosis, because all your organs are on your face. So I'm doing a diagnosis of, how good are your organs? What's the strength of your organs? And we're going to get into that as well. And then I corroborate that by touching your meridian lines. There are specific points on your meridian lines where, if I find there is an imbalance, the meridian line will reflect that back to me. I may or may not tell you that, but I do that test myself. So there's a bit of a touch diagnosis that's going on. We spend a good 20-25 minutes doing that. I also get into talking with you. So I get to know a bit of your emotional side. I get to know what makes you tick, what makes you work. If there's a self-esteem issue going on an emotional level, what's the mental pattern that really makes you, what you are, or what is it that's pulling you back. So a bit of that's going on as well. It's a very subliminal thing. And of course, the yin and the yang of it, I'm looking at you and analyzing you from that perspective. So those are my diagnostics. And then I come up with a basic idea of, this is the problem. Now that I like to share with you, because I do realize that that's something that worked for me when my counselor came and told me, Shonali, this is what's going on. I feel if you know it, you'll make a concerted effort towards getting better, rather than, just leaving it to chance and me giving you a sermon to go home with. So we sit and, go through your condition. Maybe there's a little bit of a classroom situation where I'm explaining things to you on a board, telling you this is what's wrong, this is what's going on. And that's my analysis as a macrobiotic practitioner as to what's going on. Once that is out of the way, we go with recommendations. So then the next hour is spent on just how you eat, when you eat, and what you have to eat. It sounds a little stringent, but it's not as stringent as it sounds. It's a lifestyle diet, so I want you to get it into your system, and I want you to stay with that diet. It's not a short-term program. It's going to be there with you for life, or it's going to be there with you till you resolve the health condition or the goal that you have. It takes 4 months to change blood, takes 2 years to change cellular structure. So therefore, there is time involved, and I need to get the elements of everything in place. Then we get into cooking, a little bit of explanation on how the cooking happens. So if you are coming with no knowledge of it, I ask you to get your primary healthcare person, like the person who's taking care of your cooking in the house. Could be your domestic, could be your wife, could be the husband cooking for the wife, could be the daughter. So anyone who's going to take over your cooking, it makes it easier for me to tell you that this is the way you do it. This is what you cook, this is how you cook, this is how you do it. And then, of course, there's a source list that's given out to you, where to source the ingredients. Again, as complicated as it sounds, there's a lot of stuff out there which you're not aware of at all, in terms of what's available, what's not available. So I get into all that with you. We go into where it's going to be there, how much can I help you, how many things I can get out of my kitchen to help you with. Since I'm a chef, I span both dimensions. There's the nutritional element which comes in with what you need, and then there's the cooking element which comes in with how you need to cook for yourself. So that really helps you understand, okay, this is what I'm walking away with. So essentially that's what a consult is. It generally takes an hour and a half. I have run into 2 hours. It is overwhelming, yes, but it's fun, because it's like a mini class. You get to learn about yourself, you get to learn about what makes you tick, and eventually what's going to work for you. So that's what a consult involves. And it's great. It's great getting to know you. It's great analyzing you. It's great to tell you holistically this is what you're all about and this is what makes you tick and what's going to make you even tick better.